Nationwide, an increasing number of people are having to live in public in this nation. As cities did back in the 1930s, they are responding with all kinds of ordinance saying you can't live here, you can't be on the street.
Denver voters also soundly defeated a measure that would have repealed the camping ban. That failed 83 to 17%.
High percentages of folks who are homeless are being harassed, ticketed, and arrested for basic acts of survival.
Help families who are experiencing homelessness at probably about 75 to 90 families a year. We work with kids, we make sure that they are ready for school, we get the older kids to and from school and give them a summer camp experience that gives them lots of cool opportunities to learn. Very important factor is we don't really know what kinds of experiences people had that led them to become homeless. Bad things happen in families, you know. Sometimes there's a situation of domestic violence that creates a homeless situation, or it could be substance abuse or mental illness on the part of a parent that creates a situation where staying housed is really, really difficult for the family.
So how long have you been doing this?
About 2.5 years.
And what inspired it?
You know, just trying to give back to the community, you know. You know, see people out here struggling, you know, need haircuts, want to look decent.
Yeah.
You know, build their self-esteem.
Absolutely.
You know? Try to get them to, you know, try to do better.
You don't have to know what the percentages are, do you, of people
the
actually...
last nationwide, there was a study several years ago that documented about 65% of homeless people work more than 20 hours a week. So half or more of homeless folk do have jobs.
In terms of just why it's such a problem, I mean, economics is really the main reason. Especially in the Denver metro area, rent is extremely high, and families have a really hard time just making enough money to pay rent and to pay for all the other necessities of life.
What about shelters? You said, well, why don't they just go to shelters? The Denver area has 5,000 plus homeless people on any given night. Number one, there are simply not enough shelter beds for all those people each night. Even if you did, there are many populations of homeless people who cannot get into shelters. For example, if you have a job early in the morning and shelter does not let people out. If you are let out of a hospital in the middle of the night, you cannot get into a shelter. If you have a service animal or a pet, you're not getting into a shelter. Most couples are not going to get into shelters unless they agree to be split up.
Some people be thinking I'm just out here to just be on TV or something. If that was the case, I would have stopped the first time. Because the first time I came down there, you know, Channel 4 put me on the news. If that was the case, I'd have been stopped, you know?
Here's the key issue, I think, that why we need evidence. Every time these laws pass, laws like the camping ban, look at what the leaders say. They all say it's because we love homeless people so much. We're just trying to get them services. We are trying to push them into the arms of help. This
Right.
tough love. These are words they use. Tough love,
Right.
compassionate care, coercive disruption. These are a way to improve their lives. They say it all the time.
Hello, my name is Frankie, living in Denver, Colorado, from Canton, Ohio. I came out here on a job-wise. I'm a security guard. And yeah, it's kind of crazy. I'm a security guard and I work at the jail and the courthouse. Yes, I am homeless, but if anything, you know, I want to give everybody a motivation speech, which has, just because you're homeless, doesn't mean your life is over with. You know, and every time I talk about it, I get teary-eyed, but it's okay because I understand why some people are homeless and some people are not homeless. Some people chose to be homeless because they didn't want to pay nothing. But me, I like to pay my way through life. And being honest with people, you know, that helps a lot too. But with me, I stay as my God. I read my Bible. I'm not in a church, but I believe my own body and my temple is a church. And as long as you keep in communication with God, that is a church. So what I'm trying to say is that you guys keep your heads up, no matter what situation you're in. No money, no home, no family. If you have the death of the family, you keep your head up. You survive out here in the streets because it is tough. It is 2020. It's not like the way it was before when people gave out a helping hand. It's very seldom you can get that. In today's world, in this society, you don't get that. So, like I said, my name is Frankie Powell from Canton, Ohio. I want all you guys to uplift yourself, speak over yourself, and just let you know the world is not over. You guys keep your head up.